back to school tutorial today, and it's on this look right here. It's a champagne pink color with a little bit of bronzy color to it. It just makes your eyes look a lot brighter and it doesn't look like you didn't get a lot of sleep. Maybe first day of school you probably will look really tired. Using some champagne color will really make your eye look a lot brighter. So in this tutorial I actually didn't use any brushes, or well, I used one. And you could skip it if you want. You could use your fingers. I actually use my fingers for most of the part in the tutorial. And the reason why I want to use my fingers is because for some reason, back to school, I mean, in a rush. And first day, believe me or not, you probably would be in a rush to go back to school. And when you're in a rush, you probably won't have time to do your makeup at home anyways. So you probably just grab all your stuff, throw it in your bag, and do your makeup in a car or on the bus. So you probably won't grab your brushes with you, so you will just use your fingers. Just all the products that I use down below, so you can check out what I actually used if you missed what I said during the tutorial. So in my video, I also did a little bit of a product substitution. I did use a bit of high-end products, so I thought that some of you guys may want to know what you could use as a substitution for that. I didn't show you guys what I used on my face. So I'm just gonna say it right now. For my face, I use my Rimmel Long Lasting Finish Foundation, and you always want to use a long lasting foundation for school because you probably won't have time to touch up, so having a long lasting foundation really helps. And then you always want to conceal your under eye circles, so I am using the Sonia Kaskuk Hidden Agenda Concealer Palette. Then I want to set it with some powder, and I am using the Palladio Dual Wet and Dry Foundation, and this one is in, let's see, this one is in Cypress Beige, and this is my summer shade, so yeah, it's a little darker. But of course you want to put some blush on because you don't want to look dead. And I am using a cream blush this time. Usually I would use powder blushes, but because we're going for this long lasting look, cream blushes seems to do the job for me. I put a little bit of this on and I layer it with a little, just a little bit of a powder blush. Now you don't want to use a powder blush. You could just use the foundation and take a little, just a very little bit of this powder and dab it on to just kind of set the cream blush so it will last forever. And believe me, I did my makeup this morning at like 7:30, and right now it's already 8:15, and I still have the blush on, and I didn't even do any touch up to it, so you can see how long that lasts. So that's pretty much what I used for my face today. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'll link all the information down below, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye! Okay, so we are going to prime our eyes like always using the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. If this is a little pricey for you, we can use the Palladio Herbal Eyeshadow Primer. And this one is around $10. This one's around $20 something. So the reason why I want to prime our eyes, not just because of the long lasting finish, but also the it creates a very smooth canvas for us to work with. So we're going to put a little bit of that on. We're going to use a paint pot, like I said, and this is the Indianwood paint pot, which looks like this. And if this is a little too pricey for you, you can always substitute it with the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in French Fries. And this is very similar. It looks a little bit darker, but it is very similar. And this is only about like $5, I say. And this is like $20 something depending on where you get it. I'm gonna use my ring finger again and run it through the paint pot like so, and pick up as much product as you can, and then we're going to spread it out on our lids. And up to our crease as well. Don't be afraid to get more. We want to be generous because this is going to be our base color. Now I'm going to be using a MAC Mineralize eyeshadow. The primary color we're using is these two. It's a light pink with a little bit of a gold shimmers in it, I believe. Yeah. And then we're going to be using this copperish color for our outer corner and crease area. Use any bright colors like this you want, and then you can use a brown if you wish to. It really just depends on what you prefer. I'm going to take the pink one first, load it up, and place this in the inner corners to the middle and a little bit over the middle. Hope you can see. And we want to make sure we load this part up because this is the part where it draws the most light. So you can see this side. That's the finished side. Okay, then I'm going to be using the copper shade. I'm going to bring it up to the crease a little bit so it peeps through. There we go. Then I'm going to be using another palette, and I'm going to be using this dark brown right here. And this is the only time that I'm going to be using a brush, and I'm going to be using a pencil brush. You could use your fingers if you want. You can go in with the tip of your fingers and kind of just smudge this on your lash line, because this is going to be our liner. We're not going to be using any gel liners or pencil eyeliners. Shadow as liner instead of a pencil or a gel liner. It's pretty much going to save you time from getting rid of mistakes. They tend to be mistake proof. You can get rid of the mistake very easily. You can build it up very quickly. So I am just going to smudge this into a lash line like so. You can see it's very easy to build up on. If you do make a mistake, you can always go back in with shadow and cancel the color. It's a lot better than using a gel liner or pencil eyeliner, especially if you're in the car and you're trying to put on the liner, cross a bump, you're likely to make a mistake. So that's my little trick when I am in a rush. I usually just do this. Oops. Now I'm going to put a little bit more of that pink color on, because I don't think it's strong enough light. Okay, so I'm going to curl my lashes. It's pretty much done. And again, this part is optional. If you don't like putting mascara on, then don't. I'm going to be using the MAC Swing Lash. This is a sample size, and oops, like that. And I actually like this mascara. A lot of people said that MAC mascara isn't good or anything like that, but I feel like this is a pretty good mascara. I've been liking it so far, so I'm just gonna add this on. Just want to go back in and emphasize on that liner because it's probably a lot lighter after you put on the mascara. And I'm going to put a little bit more of that shadow on. There we go. So that's pretty much our look there. Now if you think that the outer corner is too intense, you can always go back in with your fingers and blend it out like so. This would take a lot of that color away. Maybe next time I should do my tutorial with this eye because it has all the light and this side is really, really dark. Unless I like move it over here. I don't know, whatever. Okay. So that's pretty much our whole look. I'm gonna put on my concealer and we are ready to go. Set it with a little bit of powder. I'm gonna take whatever's left on that pencil brush and run it down on my lower lash line to connect the whole look.